Hello, this is Judy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going over the Autumn to Remember workshop kit from Stampin' Up. Scrapbooking. They're trying. I just gotta say, they're trying. This one was a lot more involved than the other three that they have, but I had a hard time with them. I don't know. I I basically made them my own, so and I'll explain that as I go through the pages, but it is what it is, right? After I've done a bunch of pages over these past several days, I'm getting more like I'm adding my own touches to it, which is fine. But putting them together the way they have them they're really nice too. I just changed it up a lot, so you'll see that. So the first one, they have this white circle element, and I didn't like it. It was too stark white. So I took my water brush, and crumb cake was the color I used. And I just gave that white a crumb cake wash, and then I used some pen highlights with my black journaling pen to add squiggle lines and some little definition lines, and really love how it turned out. I messed up cutting some of the flags. There's 3 flags here, and one of them was thicker and longer, and I put down the green one before I realized it was wrong. So this one was longer and thicker, so I cut it off and retrimmed it so they're all the same size. But in the video or in the photos, you'll see that this one is a little bit longer and thicker, so they overlap, but mine doesn't. It really doesn't matter, right? So a couple other things I did was I highlighted the arrows, and I did put them a little bit closer together to give them some definition. I like how they look. And I put the little leaves here. The technique that was supposed to be taught in this was to use your markers, the Stampin' Right markers, to add definition to the wood pieces. They are not adhesive. You have to use glue with them. But they're really nice weight. They're a nice weight. They're not real thick, and they're very sturdy. So none of them broke on me or anything. They came out really nicely. So I really like them. Let's see. This little piece here, I added a little bit of definition with the marker just so it popped up. And I did use the Golden Leaves Autumn Breeze, but I didn't put the little date one they had. This I did, and I connected them in as a cluster. I didn't like having the leaves floating around, so I like to have them attached to something. So there's a little tiny cluster here and a little cluster here, and then this whole circle, I guess, would be your big cluster. I also used journaling lines up here just to look like the tags, the big flags were attached with that, like a thread kind of look. This side, the autumn that they had here was spread out and not attached, and it really didn't pop off the page, so I put it onto a piece of cardstock and then again used that wash with the crumb cake to add color, and then my black journaling pen. I put a little sticker here. I did not use the arrow that was here, and as you see, my flags are in a different order. I put the animals on the inside, then the green, and then the Cajun Craze. All right, I got that one right. So they're opposite of how they are here. I like having the darker color on the outside. Keeps your eye into the layout, in my opinion. I did add some of the marker to this little tree cluster down here, and the title caption here, I put it up higher, and this piece had the different colored triangles, and I used the other side. I used the grid with the brown. I don't know, is that espresso? Early espresso, I'm guessing. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm guessing. So I thought that looked better. It wasn't quite as busy as this one. This piece I put up higher than is here, and I added journaling line around it. I did do I used my ink pad, and I use it to distress the edges of my cardstock. And let me just show you how I do that. Let's see if I can get a piece of cardstock. So I'd take it and I'd drag it along the edge of the ink pad to get the edge dark, just to give it a little more definition. Because normally I would put solid cardstock in between two patterns. Having two patterns together like this is, it's not pleasing to my eye as much as it would be if I had a solid and then two patterns. And this pattern and this pattern are really relatively the same size, so that's not as pleasing either. That's something hopefully they will work on. This is a bigger pattern. What you should have is a small pattern, a medium pattern, and a larger pattern. That just looks better, helps it flow, and especially then having it on this background, that's also a pattern. Let's see what else. So I think that's all I did. So I kept this part together, had it touching here. Oh, I added some gold fringe to my tag because it had some little holes there, so I thought I would attach those. And I think that's it for this one. Okay. Now the next one. I love this. I love this one. They had these wonky grid type white pieces, and I threw them away because I do not like them. They're these. So you're supposed to back them with a couple strips of paper, and it's not even all of the paper. I don't like the look of that. It was stark white, first of all, so I didn't like how it looked. So I just left them off. And then I also attached these two pieces. So I slid this one over, and I added some splatter to the background on this piece. And what else? Okay, so I moved the little birdies up here, and I used one of the wood adhesive. Well, it's not adhesive. I adhered one of these wood pieces with the little hearts there, and then the little hearts I scattered throughout the page, here, 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 and then one behind here, and then a couple of the larger hearts. I really like these leaves. I added some ink with the blending brush to just give it more definition, and then the wood pieces here is exactly how they had it on theirs here. I liked how that looked. But see how that looks, those stripes just are too distracting for me. I didn't like it. All right, so this side, again, you know, this is like, it just, I don't know. So I like my version better, you know, to each their own. And I did do this little cluster like they had here, and added this, and I added another piece of the gold trim. I did put the little flags up here, and again I put these two together. Let's see, I think that's all the different things that I did. I did put this label here instead of down here where it is, and I did add that heart. So I really like this page. This page really made me happy. So here you can get a better look at these two. Those white stripe pieces just, I don't know. And then I put the brown in the center. I turned it around. They have the brown on the outer edges. So I hope you like that. I really like this one. This one made me happy. And I also did the black journaling along the outside, of course. I've been doing a lot of that lately. I really like it. Oh, and I did a bow up here for that tag. All right, next one. This one, oh yeah, this one gave me some fretful moments again. So one of the main things that I did was I gutted the back of the yellow because they used a whole piece and they only had a quarter of an inch border around it. So that was a lot of cardstock that was being wasted. So I used it for photo mats. And I used this side of the paper instead of the trees. I really like the animals. They're so cute. And again, I would have liked to have had a solid piece here, but the stripe almost gives you that look. This again needed a strip here. And then this piece here was the white with this exclusive paper on it. And it was just a partial piece here and a full piece here. I don't know. I think that they're getting their thing together. They're more card making. So learning how everything goes together it's a process. It's a process for everybody. That's how we learn. So I think the kits will get better, and you got to make them your own as we work through them. So I put a little cluster of gold thread here. I put this title here and use this portion for a photo because it's a lot of space, you know, a lot of space wasted just for decoration, and the decoration didn't do anything for me, so I thought this was perfect. Almost looks like a pocket, right? I did put this here. It's like a little paper clip element. I don't know if I like it. I might take it off, but they had it all together here, and it really, it doesn't serve a purpose for anything. So it looks like, why is that there, kind of thing. So, and when I think of that, I'm like, okay, take it off. All right. So here they had just this piece of title sitting there. I like to have something under it. Didn't really show up well on that stripe. So I just took some of those strips of paper from the white strip pattern that we were supposed to back it with, and I put those down as a wonky base for the title. I like how that turned out, and it goes with the flags up here. And I used one little circle element here, put some gold thread there, and adhered a couple of those mushrooms. I backed the mushrooms with pieces of this little paper that I had left over, so they add that look behind it to fill the mushroom. I like how that turned out. I added a tag here and put some of that gold thread there, and that's all. I think it's fine the way it is. These two elements didn't seem to work real well for me. I didn't like how they looked, so I saved them for another project. And they had 4 little photos here. So again, 2 larger photos. You know, if you do 4x6 or if you cut your photos down, it's neither here nor there. You can do either way. But I do a lot of the 4x6s, so I think this one will work better for me. So that is Autumn to Remember. Again, you know, they're working on it. So, and what I had left, I had a lot of these left. There's a lot here for cards or another layout. I had a lot of stickers left too, so that'll be good. I can use those. I did not have a lot of paper left, so because I made good use of it. I might have enough for another 2-page layout, I'm not sure. But now we're moving on to the last one. And this is probably one of the very first ones that they put together. I already took it out of the plastic bag for you. Reindeer Memories. And I like reindeer. It's always makes me think of Christmas and winter. So living in the Northeast, you know, it's just part of the holiday season. So I really like this kit. They had the technique is paper weaving. Okay, so you can see it here, but I think you only do it on one page. Otherwise, it's just layering. For this, you'd need glue, seal. So nothing special for this one that you would need. And then the cutting was really simple for this one. Okay. And you get the placeholders for your photos. This was the die cut piece. A lot could have been done with this that was wasted space. But again, they're learning. So this was one of the papers. And it's really cute having the reindeer. And on the back was this really, really busy Christmas lights. Then this is a dot. I think they are supposed to be bells. And on the back is a really pretty, I think, pool party again. Snowflakes. I really like this paper. Christmas trees, I really like this one too. It's a nice subtle pattern. And again, a grid with the brown. And then a pool party stripe, and this is an exclusive paper. Really like that one. And a red dot. So we got 2 red dots in this, and this is the exclusive paper. And then the laser cutouts, die cuts, a lot of wasted space again. But, you know, I use all of them, so I didn't waste any of them. I don't have any left over. And tons of cardstock. I think I might reorder this just to get extra cardstock. So you've got the Granny Apple Green, I believe that is. The White Daisy. What is this? French vanilla. Or, I can't remember the name of their off-white. I think of it as French vanilla. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. Lots of white. Oh, the sticker sheet. Really nice. And a lot, again, you know, they could have put a lot more on here, but it's really cute. Oh, the backer. The White Daisy. Pool party. I think that's real red. Garden green, maybe. Okay. So a lot in this kit, and it's one of the less expensive ones. I'm not sure. I'd have to check on the prices, but yeah, I think the kits are actually a little bit cheaper than what Close to My Heart had, but you got different things, right? So that is this kit, and the magic of video, I'm going to show you the layouts I made too. I have a couple of bonus layouts to share with you, and this is the first one. And I did keep to the pattern pretty closely to what they designed. I did ink the edges of a lot of the papers though, just to make them pop off of the background. I put a photo mat behind here. There's not a photo mat there. Let's see. I think that's about it. I did stamping on the background. I have the reindeer Days, maybe it's called, the stamp set and the dies. So I stamped a border around the outside, and I thought that really enhanced it. I also did some inking on the white background. So that helped make it look a little bit more colorful than the plain. All right, Christmas cheer. This again has stamping, and I did it this way this time to make it look like snowflakes dropping down, going up, all in one direction. And let me see, it's supposed to go like this. All right. So I did the fa la la. That was one of the stamps, obviously. And I think everything else. Oh, I put red behind these for photo mats. And on here, and this one I did green. They did have green in the sample. So I think that's pretty much the same. I did some splattering here with white. I really like that one, because I take a lot of outside pictures, so that'll be great. This one, I went a little heavy-handed with the ink, but I still like it. So it is the way it's supposed to be. Let's see, I did the photo mats, which they also did with red. Good, good, good. I changed up this cluster a little bit, but otherwise I think it's mostly the same. Yeah, so I just added inking and splattering to the background, and like I said, I did get a little heavy-handed, unfortunately, but I made it work. So let's see how they have this scattered. I just did it the way they designed it. And then as I progress with the layouts, I decided I'm going to make them to the way I want them in my scrapbook. So these are the same. I did add photo mats here. I forgot to put the placeholder there. They did not have these matted, so that was an addition. Okay, I did extend this one over. It doesn't look like they did it. Maybe I put them on the right. No, that one's longer. Okay, I thought maybe I didn't cut it right, but that could have been too. All right, last one. Oh, that was the last one. Okay, so these are the bonus ones. So I had this big green paper left, and I had a bunch of the red that I gutted out. I think it was gutted out. I might have pulled in some red. I think I pulled in some red. But I had these parts left, so I put in a border here, cut this off my Cricut. And then these are from the actual reindeer paper in the sweet collection that they had. So I pulled those in. And I think some of these were stickers. I think that's a sticker. So I used some of the stickers, had a heart from somewhere. It might have been in the collection, actually. And the trees were cut out of the paper, too. So I really like how that came out. And lastly, one you wouldn't think went with this collection at all, because this paper was left. So I took all the scraps of the little pieces I had left and I cut them down into flags, and I made my photo mats, and I had this brown left. And doesn't that look good with the pool party and the brown? I don't know, is it pecan pie maybe? And then I cut a whole bunch of elements with the Cricut using the coordinating paper. Oh, it looks like I need to put some weight around this guy. I use a shimmer brush to make the marshmallow. I think these are supposed to be s'mores. So they're really cute, but I thought they enhance it because I always have my grandkids help me with baking, or even my own kids when they come over. And then I use white gel pen to highlight these because when it went on to the red, it didn't really show. So I thought red highlighting would help that. So the snowflake, I did shimmer brush on that too. So that is bonuses. I really like how these came out. I need to glue that down a little better. So I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of these 4 workshops. We're going to have some more in the spring. Well, not in the spring. Early next year, I believe we're going to have more workshops. So they're working towards it. I'm not holding my breath, but I enjoyed putting these together to see what they had. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for joining me here, and take care. Have a good day.